One of the privileges we have as leaders is to manage the information flow in our organizations. It's critical for you as a leader to make sure that the right information land with the right people at the right time. And that's not always easy, because if we don't have that in our organizations, something seeps in that is dangerous. There becomes a season or a time frame where people don't have the info they need, and then a lack of trust sets in. People become suspicious, they feel disempowered, so you as a leader need to know how to create trust through the flow of information in your organization. And it's critical for you as a leader to know that, because as a leader you have regular access to information. But sometimes in our organizations, the flow of information is not as healthy as it should be, and people actually needing critical information don't have access to that. And that creates an interpersonal problem. And that's what I want to address this morning. If you look at this and you see your organization in front of you and you see how people interact with each other, you should learn how to ask the right question about information flow. And here's the question that I taught myself to ask on a regular basis. And this is the question. Do the people know what they need to know? And maybe you're working for someone. And a question you can ask yourself is, does my boss know what he needs to know? Does the CEO know what he needs to know? You can translate it another way. We ask the question, what information do I have that other people need? You see, one of the strongest currencies in any organization is the access to information. And you can empower people hugely if you create a culture where information is open and accessible to people. So on your regular basis, you as a leader ask yourself, what do I know that other people need to know? Go through the levels and the spheres of your organization and ask yourself, what do I know that this sphere should know, what this level of the organization should know, and become somebody that empower people with information. You see, some leaders, they make the mistake of withholding information from people. Well, I'm of the opinion that one of the strongest desires of people in mankind, all over the world, all cultures, is the need to feel included. The need to feel that you are part of something bigger and you are not excluded from certain things. The most important thing for you as a leader to know, that people feel quickly excluded out of the organization the moment that you withhold information from them. So how can you get the right information on the right tables to make sure that people can access that information and create trust? I've seen in many a company, sometimes people, because they want to safeguard the company, they would withhold critical information, where in fact the best thing that could happen was that they would share that information as quickly as possible. I usually joke with my colleagues and my friends and my peers and the people that work with me and tell them, whenever your subconscious tell you, do not let anybody find out about this, that very thing should be communicated at the right place. So what do? Whenever there's trouble, you always communicate up into your organization and not down. Take information and share it with those who have more power within you that can help you address these issues. Never withhold information from them. And as you will close the gap between reality and expectations with information, you'll see trust climb in every situation. I remember one of my kids one day gave me a phone call and he told me, Dad, I just broke a window playing cricket in the backyard. The moment he did that, he built trust in our relationship. It was bad news. It's going to cost him his allowance. He's going to be reprimanded because he's not allowed to play cricket there. But what he did was immediately he called the person that can address the problem, created trust, and that softened my heart as a leader. And if you are somewhere insubordinate, always serve your leaders with accurate and regular information. Close the possible crisis gap with the right information, sharing it at the right time in the right way. When you're a leader, always be proactive in sharing communication and information. Make sure your people know what they need to know in order to fulfill their specific role in your organization. And make use of knowledge and information to empower your people. Let them feel in this space there's trust, because if I need to know something, the leader is going to share it with me. Let's create information flow and trust in our organizations. Jesus said, we have to hear the gospel so that we can believe in the gospel and we can be saved. I want to say today, be a gospel bearer in your company. Let people know what you know, and that brings salvation on many different levels. God bless you.